Hey there. So it's 2 minutes to New York Open. We'll have 9:28 here. Waiting 2 minutes to 9:30, and I'll see what I can do in 2 minutes to narrate what I've seen so far and what I'm expecting. So initially on gold, I I suggested that this could be a daily support level right here, in here. So for us to see continuous bullish order flow, that this here might act as a support level to take price higher. And then when we're looking on the lower time frames at these 2 4 hour levels as areas that could pose some sort of resistance to price should it want to continue lower, given that we saw a market structure that insinuated possible bearishness, but having in mind that we had order flow being bullish. So order flow bullish, I mean, is the higher time frame is in an uptrend. So I'm going to go down to the 4 hour chart. So we see exactly what we were looking at earlier. So order flow bullish right there. I'm going to remove these levels that were possible targets to the downside because they failed to hold. So this is the support area here, and what's happened here was price was sent lower. So we had this area had a buy to sell that broke higher. So it insinuated buys bullishness, and then only for it to go lower, taking out sell side below here. And then when this was broken higher, when this level that sent price lower below this sell side was broken higher, it insinuated buys. But then we had in mind that it's possible to see some sort of reaction in here, this inefficiency field here, right there, and then possible mitigation longs right here to send price lower. But that failed to hold. Why? Because order flow is bullish, like we've been insinuating. All right. So that's it for gold. There's not so much to say here. We've taken out this high. This is a daily high. We've taken it out. And what is going to do here, truly, I don't know, other than the fact that order flow is bullish. There's an inefficiency level here on the 4 hour. We'll have an inefficiency level here on the 4 hour, right here. Yeah, this is better. So we have this here as a possible level of resistance that we can hit as well. But overall, this thing is bullish. So I'm not trying to say what I think is going to happen because I really don't know what is going to happen. If it's going to come here and then trade lower and or something like that, I don't know. But overall, this is bullish. But where I have a bias as of right now is the Nasdaq. So let's look at the daily chart on the Nasdaq. So the last time we looked at this thing, we pointed out this inefficiency here from this low to this high on the daily charts, right? So what do we see here? Price traded from this high, swept this low here, and then broke it. So we had this sweep of the low by this candle here, pull back, and then break. Now we're seeing a pullback into this inefficiency here. And I like this particularly because of this high that has been taken out here. So if we zoom in, this high, let's go to the 4 hour chart. So on the 4 hour chart, this is a high from about 2 weeks ago, right? So you can see that's a high there. It was taken out decisively, and then price has broken below this low that took it out. I'm going to go down to the 15 minute on the intraday basis. Let's see what it's looking like. So on the 15 minutes, this is a daily area of interest for me. We have this high here. This is a high from 2 weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago. This is 17th November. Today is 1st December. So approximately 2 weeks ago, right? So is that up to 2 weeks? 10 days, 27. Yeah, approximately 2 weeks ago. So we have 2 weeks ago high here being run out, and then price decisively broke below it. And we've been looking at this level for a while now, and then price traded all the way into it only to give us this reaction, this high and then break, buy to sell behavior. All right. So what I'm looking at for intraday basis, let's see what we have on the news. December 1st, right here, 8:30, 10 a.m. On Tuesday, we don't have any news. Wednesday, we have non-employment, non-farm employment change. Uh, so basically, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's going to probably be a volatile week. So we'll see what this week brings. But overall, what I'm expecting is for price to give a move like this on the Nasdaq. So something like this for price to trade in here at market open, and then do something like this, maybe something like this on the intraday basis, right? Maybe all the way into here. Well, it won't. It might not happen exactly like this, but this is the kind of move I'm expecting, right? At least in the short term, because we've seen all these buys in here. We had this pullback here, and then we'll have this reaction here at the daily level that went high and then broke it lower. So I'm expecting price to trade higher into insinuate longs after we've seen this behavior here, this high to low, this buy to sell. I'm expecting this to go higher in here and then sell it. That's my expectation. So should I see this kind of behavior here? Should price trade higher, run out this two buy side here, this high and this high? They're relatively equal, as you can see. These are relatively equal highs, and this right here, this level, this shaded, this dashed line at the middle is the midpoint of this daily inefficiency that we pointed out. So it will be interesting for me to see price trade higher inside of here, creates this kind of behavior we have here now. This kind of behavior that we have here that went high only to come lower. This kind of behavior. That's exactly the kind of behavior I'll be expecting. See price trade higher to trade lower.